Bonjour, so we are back in Sunset Valley here for the second part of a renovation. So for this episode, it's going to be part 2 for Villa Alto. I'm going to pin on the screen the first episode if you want to watch that before. So for the first episode, I did mostly the exterior, and every time I look at it now, I'm getting hungry for ice cream with some melted chocolate on top. That's the feeling, the vibe I get from the exterior. So yeah, that's for the exterior. Here is the back. So it's going to change a tiny bit with this episode, but mostly I'm going to do the interior. Also tackling the household and getting to know them a bit better. So that's where I realized that no one was working in the criminal career, but I still went with the mafia vibe there. So I did lean into that quite a bit for Alto here. For Villa, I reinterpreted a whole look. So I made her taller and Nick smaller, like the stature, he's a smaller dude, but very compact, and she looked quite willowy, so I made her taller. Also went very much into the 70s, 80s, 90s pack with her, and mostly the 80s clothing there, and hairdos, and I went with that theme, a bit like she gives the vibe of a kind of an arm candy to Nick's more burly looks. She's also very smart, so maybe she uses her looks to misguide her enemies. I'm sure she has a lot of them, being in the politician career. But yeah, so I went with that. And for Holly, I went with the pre-university teen. So she's taller, and since she's said to be a bit of a goody two-shoes, I went with that more like a bit bookwormy, but she's not, she's artistic. But I went with that vibe there. So then, tackling the inside finally. So what I've done first is I used the same wallpaper almost everywhere, but I've tried to reuse the pattern that was there. So I knew the furniture was going to be a bit rich, very intricate, and with gold-plated pieces and stuff like that. So I was thinking that not to be too overwhelmed by the whole room, I wanted more neutral floors and walls, still using the same type of like marble floors, for instance, but a bit more neutral looking, and still using the same type of patterns, but in a less, I guess overwhelming is a good word, less overwhelming, not really pattern, but that there are not that many parts in that wall. So I wanted a simpler wall there. And then I reworked also the basement. So the basement is not staff only, but mostly for staff. So that's why it's even simpler, even though I worked quite a bit on the kitchen. So I really liked the original kitchen. So here I wanted to have a very, I was going to say a very nice one. It's one where you see that, I guess no expense was spared there. They went all in to have the best of everything in that kitchen, like 2 stoves, 2 sinks, not 2 of everything, but almost, also marble floors. And even though it's for the staff, I'm thinking that members of the household are going to come over there and use the kitchen too. So yeah, it's part of the main rooms without without being part of the main room, so it's a bit hidden away in the basement, but still it's easily accessible and ready to be inspected here. So that was what I had in mind while doing this one. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done the tour yet. I'm going to film it once I'm done with that part of the voiceover. So yeah, of course, they originally don't have any staff in the household, so it's only the three of them. So the house might look a bit empty with just the three of them, but you can hire a butler via phone. The laundry corner, it's just across the hallway, so it's still in the basement, and it's just across the hallway from the kitchen. And I made it a bit with the same idea that it mostly for the use of it's mostly used by the staff that don't exist, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I had a few ideas about who they might be able to hire there, but I haven't placed anyone. I haven't added anyone to the household because I'm not playing, so I don't want to kind of impose my ideas on what is. I wanted to keep it as faithful to the main, to what was already there, even though I give a twist to I do my own interpretation, for instance, of the characters there, of the SIMS. So I'm thinking Villa Alto is certainly not the Villa Alto of everyone, but she can easily be made over in another way. So adding a room here, so it's still in the basement, for maybe a butler or maybe a henchman, I don't know. So it's a room for staff there with a small bathroom just by it, and a toilet, which would be accessible to everyone there. And then next to it I did a maintenance room. So again, the basement is more or less for the staff, for the hired help there. So yeah, I almost added a sim to act as the cook for the family, because I just can't imagine any of them in the kitchen. So I haven't added anyone to the household. A bit the same idea as why I haven't changed any traits for the Sims, even though some of them are like calling for that trait or for that trait from the expansion packs. But yeah, I'm not playing, so I think everyone can do their own recipe there, and I'm just renovating the houses and also doing quick makeovers of the household members of the Sims there. So going upstairs, we're back upstairs. Okay, so upstairs, we're going to go back to the basement a bit later. I haven't done the dungeon yet. So yeah, there is one. And so the hallway, I open the area where I've added, that's a small turret. I've added a steeple-like part, and it's a bit like the entryway, and then there is a staircase, a small bathroom, and that hallway's bit. I've tried to keep it a bit grand with the marble floors and patterns on the floor designs. That's also where I've put a secret door there leading to a staircase that goes to the hideout. It's a hideout, it's a dungeon, it's just downstairs, and it's more like for I had the mafia vibe still there in mind. And then doing the hallway upstairs, the corridor upstairs, and before starting on the family room. So first, so in the description it said that there are there are several family corners or rooms, something like that, in the house. So I really wanted to emphasize that, and instead of having like a plethora of seating areas, I added a real living room where the kitchen used to be, and I've reworked a bit the dining room. I wasn't sure if I would do a corridor, but if I did one to have like separate room for the dining room would have been quite narrow. So here I went more with the large one and no corridor there. So it's actually a room where there might be some flow, like traffic, passing from one room to another. Oh, also I added that buffet table. So at first I put the regular one, and then I put the one from Island Paradise, from the resort, because again, as I've said, I don't see those scenes in the kitchen. So I thought, let's have them have like food ready in the dining room. They don't need to go downstairs. They can pick up food. They pay every time they pick up food from there. I do have a mug that I'm going to link in the description box below. I don't remember if you need it to really use the table once it's put in I think if you don't have it, for sure you cannot change the type of food there nor the quality, but I don't know if you can have SIMS clean up the buffet and have fresh food there. I'm not sure, so I'll link the mud. I haven't play tested that. I haven't removed it. I haven't had time to do that. So I'll link it, and I'll see for the save file if it's a mandatory feature. I'll signal it for the download. Ooh, the fireplace! I had so much fun with it. I really wanted something to go with the marble, and so I went it's very rich, the whole decor. So that fireplace is from the movie stuff pack, and I put those columns. I changed the columns, I remember, and I did a whole mantelpiece there. I actually only put one fireplace in the whole house, but that mental idea with the marble like that and columns, I've repeated it in the bedrooms, in the two main bedrooms upstairs, because I don't know, it went with the style I had in mind for the house. So I've used mostly like very the patterns. I've tried to reuse most of them, so animal prints here and there, and also golden platter pieces and gold colored, for instance, sheets for the bed, for the bedding for the main bedroom, and marble a bit everywhere. Also, both parents' favorite color is red, so I went a bit red and I guess a bit maroon for the main colors in that bedroom. And to the layout, so I flipped around the bathroom and sleeping area, so that they do have a very nice view from the bed over the town. And I've added it's not as big as I wish it would be, but it's a dressing room. It's not really a room. No, it is. I think I've put an archway there, so it is a room here. So it's just behind the bed, and it's just only too wide and not that big. But I really wanted it to have a rather big bathroom, so didn't have space to have a bigger dressing room there, walking wardrobe. So then did the bathroom, the attached bathrooms. I think I've kept the same bathtub. I've just added a shower, and the colors are different because I went more with yellow and green for the marble floor and marble walls. I think they're marble walls. Yes, mostly marble walls. So the bathtub was already like golden, and I've just made it less bright, and that's why I've done mostly for the golden plated things pieces. I went a bit softer on Ollie's bedroom because she's a bit different from her parents. So I went with the same type of furniture, but with softer tones and less gold and no animal print there. And she's artistic, so I've added an easel on her balcony, which is not really a balcony. I don't know how, a patio maybe. She has a patio because it's closed off, so I'm not sure. With top selling to floor windows there, so from showtime, those big arch windows, and the part where it's a bit narrow, so was. Yeah, I wanted her room to have an ensuite bathroom, so that's why I really wanted that they were connected like that. But the only way I found how to have that and still have her bedroom there and use as I've said, it's a bit narrow. That part of the building is a bit narrow, so I made kind of a corridor in her bedroom, and that's where I've put that mantle there. That's the piece I've worked a bit on, which goes with the house. It's not something wholly wanted, but part of the house. So yeah, I used a corridor-like part to have a reading nook and also her wardrobe there, which is definitely not as big as our parents. But yeah, I wish I had more space for the wardrobes. But I really wanted to keep at least the footprints the same, and it is the same, except for a few nooks and crannies here and there. But yeah, it's the same footprint, so yeah, some rooms are a bit narrow and you have to work with it. So jumping from one wing of the building to the other, and this is the home gym and skill building room, which I've turned a bit into the henchman's room. It's a strategy room where I've put like the domino game, because that table, I don't have the poker table because I'm not using items from the store, and also no CC, so that table, but it can be replaced by a CC table, for instance, to have them play pretend poker there. But yeah, the idea was to have a place where they can gather, more for not really for the staff, but as I say, more for henchmen, I guess. People working for them, like associates of them, of theirs. So be it for Nick's business or working to help advance Villa's political career. So then the office, it's just under just downstairs from that area, so same wing on the building. And here I've put, like, I've done two different parts, like two rooms, so you have to go through the first room to go to the second one. And that first room I've put a pool table. Same thing, I'm thinking that it can be not really an entertainment room, it's more like the associates can hang out there while the boss, Villa or Nick, is having a meeting with maybe future business partners in that Oval Office, that main office here, and so that they can be, nearby, and they can intervene if need be. I don't know. And so I've tried to keep it quite open. So there is a archway there, but I've put like two doors, different doors on the side of that archway to pretend it's actually a big door that is opened. But of course, you cannot close it, but it's to have that feeling of having it open, but at the same time, if need be, it could be closed. But it cannot be. Sorry, not explaining that well. But yeah, I really wanted an open door there, so that's what I did that here. So that, yeah, the two are parts of the main office. So that I'm calling it the whole area, the two rooms, the office, the main office. There is only one. So the office. Oh no, there is another one. There is more of a study in the guest wing. But first, the hideout, the dungeon, as I like to call it. So it's just downstairs from the office. So you have to go through the secret door. There is only one access, the secret door behind the staircase, the main staircase. And yeah, I've done sort of a cell there. And I think you need a mod, but you can lock doors, so that can technically have a SIM locked in that room there. But also, yeah, put some things on the wall. I've put like a few video games there and things to do. So it's a bit of in the continuity of the strategy room on the second floor. It's more for the henchmen, for the associates of the family to do their business, but in secret there, and you can easily be deleted. So it's kind of independent from the rest. I haven't put beds except for in the cell over there, but there is a big couch in the skill building room upstairs, so we're thinking that maybe they can take a nap there if they wish to. They don't live there, so well, they don't even exist for now, but so then the guest wing, so that's where I've put the third bedroom. So there is not that many bedrooms for all. I have kind of made fun of the fact that there were only 2 bedrooms for such a big house, but I've only made like three bedrooms, but there are staff rooms, like there is a bedroom for, but that's a 4th bedroom, and then there is the kind of a whole apartment in a small part of a small house in the back of the garage. There is a small house there where there is also another bedroom, but these 2 are more for staff bedrooms. So main bedrooms, there are only 3, like for people really living there, whose house it is. So this one I've turned into it used to be Ollie's bedroom, but yeah, I've turned it into a guest wing with a big bedroom, a small walk-in closet, wardrobe, and its own bathroom. There are 2 ways of accessing it. So there is a door just behind, on the side of the bar in the dining room. I didn't have enough room to do a whole hallway there, so instead I've just put a door. Hopefully it's discreet enough near there, and then there is entryway through the garden, so here with a big door, and I've done a small study area there. So I made that room thinking of, because I've read a bit about the Alto family, and there is another member in Hidden Springs. It's Nick Alto's brother, and he's in the criminal career. So I thought maybe when he's visiting, he can sleep there and also do his business from there. And it can even be a staple at that household, maybe, if it doesn't have, because it hints there might be issues between the brothers. So I'm not sure how it is. It's not really detailed there, but yeah, that was the idea with that guest wing there, to have someone who can stay for a while with the family. So finishing touch with that corridor, that semi-hidden corridor that is a link between the downstairs kitchen to the first floor dining room, but a discreet one, so for staff. And it's where the downstairs bathroom used to be. Then I did some more things to do in the garden. I was still thinking big gathering, fundraising events, extra. And then I worked on the little apartment house which is behind the garage, and I made it into a 2-room apartment, and it's for staff who would live in the property but need their own space, and maybe they can be members of the household, when you see the SIMS family, but there are actually staff there, so that's for that. So here is the result. So we're going to do a tour. I'm not going to talk over it because I don't have time, but I'll have my niece Cam who is there choose the music to go over the footage there. I'll talk to you at the end of the tour. so quick overview of the lot. So first, the garden. So there is not much that has changed. So the garage, there is an entry to the garage there, and then we'll see the house next week after. The maid, the vantage point, the fountain, the bar outside, the outside bar. There is a lounging area over there, the swimming pool with a waterfall over there, and then stairs to go where the horseshoe game is, and then there is a buffet from the resort, so they are going to pay every time they get food there, and they can sit and eat there, and there is the hot tub. Then back the pathway, we are going to visit the house, so ground floor with the garage where there are 3 spaces for the cars, then there is a door there and a door here leading to that small apartment for the staff with a first room where there is a kitchen dining combo and then a bedroom and a small bathroom. Then there is an access to the staff basement there with a hallway, the laundry. Across the hallway there is the kitchen with an access upstairs there, the maintenance room, another staff bedroom for butler, for instance, with a small bathroom just next to it, and then a toilet. And then there is that basement here, the dungeon, where there is a staircase there, and the only access is behind the staircase on the first floor there. So the whole basement there with a few activities to do here and there, video games, arcade games, and a cell at the end of it. So then back to the front of the house with the front porch here, the hallway here, it's a bit big, and then there is a small bathroom here, the first room for the big office, so the pool room, then the office itself here. Okay, then there is a passageway to go downstairs, and then here the dining room with a small bar and the living room, big screen room. Then there is a corridor here for the staff that leads downstairs to the kitchen, and here an access to the guest wing. There is another access there that goes outside, and then here a small corridor with wardrobe, a bathroom, attached bathroom, and then here is the bedroom with a big TV, a big screen too there, and a small desk. Then back to the main hallway with the staircase leading to the second floor with the home gym, a small bathroom here with a shower, and the skill building room there. Then across the hallway to the other wing with the corridor here leading to both main bedrooms. So Holly's bedroom with a patio there and ensuite bathroom, and then the main bedroom with a small hallway, the ensuite bathroom there, walk-in closet, and then the balcony over there, and the bedroom itself, the bed, the bed corner, with a nice view on the town. So that's it for that episode. Next week should be Americana, and then I might go on a break for at least a week. But yeah, there should be an episode next week. I'll see you then. À bientôt!